Hello and welcome to part 2 of this series, walking you through how to write a design brief for your business, for your branding or website. Do go back and watch part 1 if you haven't done so. And this short video I will be talking about the brand's personality, the project's personality, your personality, the business's personality. And this helps us to clarify our proposition. And we start talking about branding here in some way. Now, branding is a very broad term. In my industry, it is about the communicating consistently. It's about communicating the same messages in fun and interesting new ways. It's about looking the same, i.e. having a brand identity that works and is flexible to be pushed. It's about the way you answer the phone, it's the way you write your letters, it's everything. And your personality is very important when thinking about with designing something, whatever that project is, designing a business, designing a brochure, designing a logo. That personality is part of your armory in differentiating yourself from your competition, and making it easier for your customers and potential customers to make the choice to use you. Now I put this in here, 5B. What car would you be? What brand of car would you be? Now it's interesting that I always think it's a really corny question. When people answer this, they always really jump at this one. They really answer it with gusto, and people have put in Bentley and VW and Ford. Every car brand in the world has been put into that box, and it's interesting hearing the reasons why. I mean, the VW, Audi, BMWs of this world, you can imagine are pretty obvious why they're thinking that, but it's interesting what they read into it, and how, in fact, some brands now people see them as similar. So people will put a Ford and a VW next to each other. So it's very interesting how branding has moved and Fords have become. I mean, I've always seen as VW as a German higher value brand than the Fords, but Fords have definitely shifted there. And have fun with this. I mean, it can be, you want to be a Ferrari, but you are definitely a Ford at the moment. It's not. It's about your personality again. It gives you looking at something that's out there already is the metaphor for your business. That's all. Now, listing 5 words that describe the type of people or businesses you want to attract. Now, no one ever seems to answer this, but this is like, what does your customer look like? If you had to draw them or had to write them out, who are they? Are they, are they Vodafone, or are they the guy that owns the shop in the high street that sells mobile phone contracts? I mean, it's really important to know that you're who you're going after, and there's the clarity in that is the complexity of your marketing. If you're going after Vodafone, you'll damn well approach them in a different way as you would the man in the shop. I mean, for a start, you probably would actually be able to speak to a man in the shop and put yourself in front of him. Vodafone, you don't know who you're going to speak to, so branding is a massive asset to you here. Now, this question B, customers, what sort of media? When everyone answers this, they always answer it as if what they're going to use themselves. So they always say, "Oh, yeah, I'm going to have a website and email." But I put that in the example. But it's, what do you think your customers use? I mean, I was speaking to a client the other day, and they were adamant they were going to run this whole high street based offer through email marketing. Now, I'm not to say that won't work, but you're a high street offer. I mean, there must be other avenues that your customers are going to be consuming, and thinking about that and knowing who they are and what their demographic is and what their, the ABs and the AC. This is all really important stuff to understand, because wasting money in the wrong area with the wrong value customer is a mistake a lot of businesses make. So we go on to how do you want them to feel? Now, it's very similar to the car question, but it's about when they're experiencing a brand, are they uplifted? Is it sober? And black and white, is it fun and interesting? Is it joyous? Is it, I mean, and some people are very black and white. Some customers and some of my clients are very black and white, and they will not have a photograph of themselves or photograph of anything they do. They won't use any imagery at all unless it's a diagram or a table, and it works. It works. They are very clear. They know who they are. They know what they're doing. Some of my other clients, they don't know what they want, and that's where I can help. I can suggest what that should be, and that's where some clarity there can help me develop some ideas. So that concludes part 2 in the series. Please go back and listen to part 1 if you haven't done so. Download the guide itself so you can walk through this step by step. It's available at msdc.co.uk. The link is in the comments at the bottom. Do subscribe and click on part 3, where we will talk about your competitors and finally the sort of abstraction of what you actually need: website, branding, new business, naming. Thank you again for watching and listening, and do watch the next episode.